You know, it's pretty wild when you think about it. PayPal, it's just, that's there, right?
Yeah.
We use it all the time for sending cash online.
Yeah, second nature almost.
But it actually started out as something totally different, a security software company for handhelds called FieldLink.
That's right. December 1998, Max Levchin, Peter Thiel, Luke Nosek, different world.
Totally. Okay, so let's unpack this because this deep dive, it's really about how that tiny seed grew. And specifically, we want to zero in on Elon Musk's role in, well, building PayPal, or at least getting it started.
Right, his involvement in those very early, crucial stages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we're drawing this info from the PayPal Wikipedia entry. We're not trying to drown you in dates, but really pull out those key moments, especially where Musk comes in, to see how it all happened.
Yeah, focus on the aha moments, the shifts. Because that pivot, right from the start, from security software to payments, that's fascinating.
It really is. It shows you got to be ready to change course. So Confinity, that's what FieldLink became. They realized pretty fast that the handheld security thing wasn't taken off.
Didn't find its market, yeah.
So they spotted something else. And in 1999, boom, the first PayPal electronic payment system.
And almost at the exact same time, you've got Elon Musk starting X.com. That was March 99.
Right. With Harris Fricker, Christopher Payne, Ed Ho. And their idea was, like, bigger initially, online financial services.
Yeah, a whole online bank, basically. A much broader scope than just payments at first.
Okay, so get this. These two companies, Confinity with its payment thing and X.com with its big bank vision, they merge. March 2000.
Which is interesting, right? Because they had quite different approaches. Confinity was honing in on peer-to-peer payments. X.com was trying to do everything.
And the source suggests Musk was really keen on that money transfer part that Confinity had going. That seems to be a big reason for the merger.
That makes sense. He saw the potential in that specific piece, even within his larger X.com plan.
But, you know, mergers aren't always smooth sailing. There was apparently a clash of visions. Bill Harris, who was running the combined X.com.
The CEO, then.
He and Musk didn't see eye to eye on the future of the money transfer business. Big disagreement.
Which happens, especially when you bring strong personalities and different company cultures together.
And it led to Harris leaving pretty quickly, actually. May 2000.
So just a couple of months after the merger, that signals a pretty significant strategic tension early on. Harris's exit probably paved the way for Musk's view to dominate.
It certainly looks that way. Because fast forward just a few months to October 2000, Musk makes a huge call.
Okay.
He decides X.com is going to ditch all the other internet banking stuff, everything, and just focus laser-like on payments.
Wow, okay. That's a major pivot, doubling down hard on the PayPal part of the business, essentially.
Exactly. But then, talk about a whirlwind. In that same month, October 2000.
What another change.
Yep. Elon Musk gets replaced as CEO. Peter Thiel takes over.
Whoa, okay, so Musk drives this massive strategic focus on payments, and then immediately Thiel steps in to lead.
That's what the timeline suggests, is a really rapid sequence, focus, then leadership change.
It does make you wonder about the dynamics there. Maybe Musk was the visionary for the pivot, but Thiel was seen as the guy to execute on that specific payment focus. Or maybe there were other factors.
Hard to say for sure just from this, but it's a key moment. So now, X.com is purely about payments. Thiel is CEO. What's next?
Well, the name had to go, right? X.com sounds cool, maybe, but it doesn't exactly scream send money to your friend.
Good point. So June 2001, they officially renamed the company PayPal. Much clearer.
Much better branding for what they actually did. And then comes the big public step.
The IPO. 2002, they list on the NASDAQ stock exchange, ticker PYPL. Shares go for $13.
And they raised over $61 million, which back then was a pretty solid validation from the market. It showed investors believed in this focused payment model.
Definitely. Proof that narrowing the focus worked. But the story doesn't stop there. Not even close.
No, things moved fast in that era.
Seriously. Just months after going public, like really soon after. October 3rd, 2002, eBay buys them.
For $1.5 billion in eBay stock, which was huge at the time.
And you can see why eBay wanted them so badly. The source says over 70% of eBay auctions were already accepting PayPal.
Yeah, and something like a quarter of all closed auctions actually used it for payment. It was becoming indispensable on eBay.
It was beating eBay's own system, Bill Point, and everyone else. It just worked.
It was a perfect fit. eBay had the marketplace. PayPal had the payment mechanism that users clearly preferred. It streamlined everything. That acquisition felt almost inevitable looking back.
Okay, so let's circle back then, our main question. How did Elon Musk build PayPal? What are the key takeaways from this?
Well, first, you have to give him credit for seeing the potential in the money transfer part that came from Confinity. Even when X.com had broader aims, he recognized that piece was special.
Right. That early conviction seems really important.
Yeah.
Was he the only one seeing that, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Or just the most influential one at X.com?
It seems his enthusiasm was a major driver for the merger itself. Others were working on digital payments, sure, but he really championed that specific model within the context of X.com.
Okay, second point. He was instrumental in actually making the merger happen, bringing X.com and Confinity together. That couldn't have been easy.
No, merging tech, teams, visions, it's always complex. His role in pushing for that combination was clearly foundational. He brought the initial X.com resources and ambition to Confinity's focused product.
And third, and maybe this is the biggest one in terms of shaping PayPal's destiny, that decision in October 2000.
The pivot.
Yeah, shutting down the other banking stuff to go all in on payments.
Yeah.
That strategic focus, it feels like the defining moment from his direct leadership period.
Absolutely. It clarified the mission. It focused resources. It probably made the company much more attractive, both for the IPO and later for eBay.
Yeah.
It took guts to cut off those other potential avenues.
Even though his time as CEO was, relatively short before Thiel took over.
Right. It wasn't years and years at the top.
But that vision for money transfer, pushing the merger, and making that critical pivot, those actions laid the essential groundwork. Without those, maybe there's no PayPal IPO, no eBay acquisition, not the PayPal we know.
You can definitely draw a straight line from those specific Musk-driven decisions to the company's eventual trajectory and success. His fingerprints are all over that early formative DNA.
So when you use PayPal today, maybe sending money for pizza or whatever, it's kind of amazing to think back to this tangled history. FieldLink, X.com, mergers, pivots.
Yeah, it wasn't some neat linear path. It was messy, dynamic, people with strong ideas, sometimes disagreeing, but ultimately finding a focus that clicked with users.
And Musk's conviction in digital money transfer right at that crucial early stage seems like a massive piece of that puzzle. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Definitely. It highlights how much individual vision and key strategic choices matter in those early days. Things could have gone very differently.
So here's something to chew on. How different would online shopping, the creator economy, just the internet, look today if those specific people hadn't made those specific calls back then? Especially Musk championing digital cash.
And what seemingly small niche ideas bubbling up right now might completely change how we do things tomorrow. It's always happening.
Always happening. Definitely food for thought.